Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'll be taking you through Bootstrap. You can learn Bootstrap in 5 minutes. So Bootstrap is basically a popular CSS framework for developing responsive, mobile, fast websites. So let me show you how to set up Bootstrap. So when you go to Docs, there is Quick Start. You're going to go to Download, and then we shall click on Download Bootstrap. Now we open the download folder. I'll right click and then extract all. Click extract. So inside here we have a folder for Bootstrap. So when I open this folder, it has JS and CSS. So I'll just right click and rename it to just Bootstrap. Click rename, and that is it. So I'll copy this file. Then I created a folder called landing page. So I'm going to open it. You can see it's empty. There is nothing. So I'll paste the Bootstrap folder in here. So now we have to open our landing page in VS Code. So you can see now we have Bootstrap and JS files in here. So alternatively, you can use CDN by just copying this into the HTML, but I prefer the previous. So now I'll create a file and I'll call it index.html. And then I'll go to extensions. I'll search for Bootstrap. I'll choose Bootstrap 5 quick snippets, and then I'll install. So now that I've installed Bootstrap snippets, I'll come back to my HTML file. So the Bootstrap 5 quick snippets helps us start with pre-made snippets for Bootstrap 5. So when we go in our index.html, to use that extension we have installed, we shall say B5 and then press enter. So you can see it has put for us all that is needed for Bootstrap 5, a pre-made starter template. So now for the Bootstrap, we are going to use our own version of Bootstrap. So from here, we shall just remove the link, and then we link our local Bootstrap, and then do bootstrap.min.css. So same applies for the script. We shall say script, and then the source is bootstrap.js, bootstrap.min.js. So for now, let's remove this. So here we can change the title of the landing page, and we just call it landing page. Now here we have to place our navbar. To do that, we are going to go to Bootstrap Docs, and then we shall search for navbar. And here you can see the different navbars available here. So what we shall do, we shall just copy this, go back to VS Code, and then where the navbar goes here, we shall just paste the code. So here we shall say main content. So let me first open this in live servers so you can see. So we can see our navigation is right there and it is already responsive. You see that? So feel free to customize this navbar the way you want. So let me customize and we see. So where there is disabled, we are going to remove that. And then the drop down item starts from here. So we are going to remove that. So let me see what we have removed. So we have removed that. So let's make this in a container. So what we shall do, we shall remove this container fluid and just make it container. So you can see the nav bar has moved a little bit. So from here, you can add other nav items by just copying this and pasting. And then you can call it about us, our work. And then this is the search form and the button. You can change it from success to primary. So now this is perfect. This is our nav bar. Now let's create something here. So we can look for hero section. So we can say slideshow. Carousel. So here are the different carousels available. You can see that. So what we do, we can just copy this, go to our code just below the header, and then we paste that. So from here, we need to add the images. That is why you can see the carousels might not show because there are images here. So I'll just create a folder and I call it images. And then I'll go add some images in this folder that we can use for the slideshow. So I have just downloaded these 3 images. So I'll just rename them BG image, then I'll copy them and put them in our image folder here inside the landing page folder. Now we have images to use, so let's go back to our VS Code. You can see the images are there, so I'll just link them here. Images BG1, images BG2, then images BG3. So here you can see our images are here, and this is our slideshow. You can see that. Perfect. Now we have our nav bar. We have our hero section. Now let's create one more section. So the section we are going to create, it's going to be working with containers. So I'll just search your containers. And here you can see how containers work. So we are going to create a container with grid and columns. Let's use columns. So you can see this how columns work. You look at all the examples and all that. So we can just choose one column. So for example, let's choose this. I'll just copy this. And then right inside the main, we are going to paste that. So we have row align item center. So we can also specify this call and say call MD6, call MD6 for 2 columns, and then we remove the last one, and then we can remove align item center. We can give it a heading here, let's say H1, what we do. Then here we can put H3, let's say interior, and then exterior design. So this is basically how you work with the containers and the row and the columns. So the columns basically add up to 12. So make sure whatever number you're putting here, they add to 12. You can put 7 and 5. You can put 4, 4, 4. You can put 3 times 4, whatever your choice is. And that is what we have for our section. So let's add some spacing. So to add padding, we shall say P5, that you can see that. So now if you have what to put here, you can write as much as you want. So I'll just put dummy text here, lorem, just to fill the gap. Then here also lorem. Okay, we can add another section. We go here and look for cards. So here we can see the different cards available in here. So to create a card, we're just going to copy one of these cards. So let's copy this. We shall create a div and give it a class container. Then after give it a class row, and then put our card there. So let's give it a column since it's 1. So I'll give div call MD, let me say 4, and then inside that I'll put a card. So you can see the card is right there. So I'll add an image here. So I'll just choose one of the images, image, then image 1, and then you can see the card has automatically. And then I'll copy this up to here and then paste it again, and then paste it again. And this is what we shall have. So you can give it a heading there. And then lastly, we design the footer. So I'll copy this heading and just put it here and call it our services. And then I'll give this also P5. And then in the footer, we can just say div, let's say container fluid. And then the text color, let's just say BG dark. And then text light. Then here we can just say paragraph copyright 2024 our landing page. So you can see that's our footer. So I am going to center it, and then I'll say text center. These are already Bootstrap classes. I'll give it margin 5. So guys, this is just the basics of Bootstrap. You can customize this as much as you want. So in the next video, I'll show you how to customize this into a very beautiful landing page. We shall go through each of these. So for now, this is just the basics and how to set up the structure of a basic Bootstrap landing page. And I'll see you in the next video.